as always, thank you so much for joining me tonight. This week's class is cardio yoga, and boy, do I hope you are ready for one. So we are going to get started in a child's pose tonight. So come to the back of your mat, bring your big toes to touch, separate your knees as wide as what's comfortable for you, and reach your fingertips all the way forward and relax your forehead on the mat. Enjoy the calm before the movement. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Take another longer, deeper inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it all go. Sigh out, release the shoulders, release the upper back, and then take your largest, fullest, deepest breath yet. Invite in as much air as you possibly can into your lungs. Pause when you reach the top. Feel the lungs and the belly expand, and forcibly exhale everything out of your lungs. And then continue to take long, slow, deep inhales through the nose. And long, slow, complete exhales through the nose. Beautiful. Gently rock your forehead from side to side. And on your next inhale, slowly push yourself up to a tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Maybe bend the elbows a few times. Stack your hips over your knees. Maybe add in some ankle rotations. Reach the crown of your head forward. Big breath in. Exhale, cat pose. Tuck your chin around the spine. Push the mat straight down. Press in through all 10 fingertips. Press in through the tops of your feet, down through your shins. Activate the glutes and the back of your hamstrings. Inhale, cow pose. Look up. Stretch the front of the belly. Roll the shoulders down your back. Exhale, cat pose. Breathe everything out as you expand the space between the vertebrae. Inhale, cow pose. Once again, I always like to add in little mini push-up arms to bend and warm up my elbows when I'm in cow pose. And then settle back into your tabletop. And take a couple minutes here just to invite some neck rotations, ankle rotations. Maybe flip your wrists back one at a time to stretch out the tops of your wrists. We'll try not to be too heavy on the wrists today, but we always want to make sure that our wrists get warmed up before we put too much pressure on them. Beautiful. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky, opening through the right shoulder. Exhale, plant your right hand back on the mat. Inhale, open your left arm up to the sky, opening through the left shoulder. Exhale, bring the left arm back down. Step back to a high plank. 1 foot at a time. Stretch the heels behind you. Keep the hips in line between the shoulders and the knees. Exhale, push the hips all the way up and back for downward facing dog. It's our first down dog of class, so begin warming up, stretching out the back of your legs, pedal out your feet, press one heel down at a time. Beautiful. Taking turns, alternating one heel at a time, stretching the back of your calf, and then settle into your downward facing dog. Peek the hips as high as they'll go. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. Soften your heels down toward the mat.
Notice if that really stretches out the back of your calves, and hold it there for just one more breath.
Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Forward fold. Walk your feet behind your wrists, ragdoll pose. Keep your knees bent and your feet hips width distance apart. Allow the head and neck to hang heavy. Feel the whole spine relax and lengthen. Inhale, halfway lift. Long, strong spine. Squeeze that low belly in and up. Reach the crown of the head forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Exhale, fold. Holding here for another breath. Try to lift the hips a little further from the heels. See if you can lengthen the back of the knees just a hair more. Inhale as you roll yourself all the way up to standing. Head and neck are last to lift. From the top, big shoulder rotations, up, back, and down. 2 more just like that. Up, back, and down. Last one here. Beautiful. Inhale, arms to the sky, mountain pose. Spiral the pinkies in. Shoulders relax away from the ears. Activate everything in the body. Try to get as long as you can between the heels and your fingertips. Squeeze that lower belly in and up. Inhale. Exhale, gentle back bend. Lift with the chest. Cactus the arms. Maybe push the hips a little forward. Inhale, rise mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift, long, strong spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a high plank. So we have a really fun cardio warm-up to get us kicked off. This is going to be a really fun combination. I call it like a yoga burpee. So the way we're going to do this is from high plank, walk your feet behind your wrists, back to that ragdoll pose. Take as many steps as you need. Inhale, lift the chest, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands. Take as many steps as you need to walk yourself back to a high plank. From high plank, you have 3 options. You can either hold high plank. Option 2, lower the knees. Option 3, push up with the knees up or down. Coming back to high plank, walk your feet all the way back behind your wrists. We're going to just move right into it. Inhale brings us up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step your feet back to high plank. Hold or push up, knees up or down. Walk your feet behind the wrists. Let's do 2 more just like this. Inhale lifts us up. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the feet all the way back to a high plank. Push up optional. Last one, just like that. Walk your feet forward. Inhale, forward. Lift to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands back. Step back to that high plank. Push up optional. And hold it right there. Come back down to a tabletop. Lower your knees down. 1 round of cat and cow here. Just to release through the spine. Beautiful. Come down to your forearms and step back to a forearm plank. So shoulders over elbows, rooting down through the forearms, keeping that low belly engaged. Holding here for just a breath. Press down through your right elbow. Inhale, begin to lift your left arm to the sky. Side forearm plank. Stagger your feet. So both sides of your feet are on the mat. Come back to center, forearm plank. And then other side. Lift your right arm to the sky. Side forearm plank, just staggering the feet, and come right back down to center. Option to put your knees down at any time for a brief relief, and then come back in to join us. Inhale, 3 of 3 on this round. Side forearm plank, squeeze that low belly in, and come back to center. Beautiful. Lower your knees down, come back up to that tabletop. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Really trying to relax the spine after all of this core work. Step back to a high plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel the nice stretch along the back of the legs. Walk your feet together at the back of your mat. Inhale, right leg high. Toes point down, heel points up. Lift through the back of your right thigh. Holding it here, one more breath. Maybe lift the heel a little higher. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Front toes point to the top of the mat. Back heel is still lifted. Inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. Arms come to the sky. Activate through that left hip and left glute for stability. Beautiful. Bring your hands down to your hips. So you have a couple options on this exercise as well. Option to keep your hands on your hips for stability. At any point, if you want to challenge yourself, you can reach the arms back up above you. So another combo move here too. Maybe step your back foot in just a hair for stability. Lunge down, left knee hovers above the mat. Root down through the front foot. Lift off, lifting your left knee up as high as you can. Flexing the toes up, getting the knee as high as you can, trying to get level with the hip or higher, and then step it all the way back to a high lunge. Lower the back knee down, lift. Lift the left knee up, and repeat. We're going to do this 4 more times on this side. High lunge, low lunge, lift off, left knee up. Step it back, lower, lift, up, and back. 2 more just like that. Maybe increase in the arms if you're feeling brave. Beautiful. Step it back, lunge it down, up, and lift, and step it all the way back. Hold in your high lunge. Hold in the high lunge. Take a deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Spin the back heel down, arms come to a T. Sink into that front knee. Maybe you're feeling really warmed up in that back hip. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach the right arm to the sky. Left arm reaches down the back thigh. Beautiful. Inhale, star pose. Parallel the feet, arms reach up like an X. Bring your hands to heart center and side lunge, bending the left knee. Feeling a nice stretch through the inside of your right leg. Option to keep your hands at your hips for stability or to keep them in front of your chest, shoulders stacked up over hips. Rise to center, bend the right knee, lateral lunge to the front. Feeling a nice stretch now along the inside of your left leg. Beautiful. 1 more time to the back. Inhale, center. Exhale, bending the left knee. Seeing if you can go maybe a little lower. If you want to go as low as you can, option to put your hands down on the mat for a little more stability. That'll give you the greatest stretch on the inside of the right leg. Inhale, push yourself all the way up to center. Exhale, warrior 2. Pivot your front toes back to the front of the mat. Sink back down into that front knee. Inhale, hold here. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward. Option to place the right arm on the thigh. Left arm reaches to the sky, or straighten the right elbow, pressing it along the inside of the right leg. Beautiful. Inhale, look down at your front foot. Exhale, release your hands down and step back to a high plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Roll the shoulders down your back. Lift your chest. Try to put little to no weight in your hands. Lower the chin back down. Push yourself up to a tabletop. And prop yourself all the way up for high plank. So once again, we'll do one more round of those yogi burpees that we did before. So starting in high plank, walk your feet all the way up behind your wrists. Inhale, extended mountain, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands. Step it back, take as many steps as you need. Push up, optional. You can always put your knees down, focusing on that upper body strength. Walk your feet to your wrists. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Really feeling the stretch along the back of your hamstrings as you fold. Stepping back to a high plank, push up optional. Exhale. Walk your feet behind your wrists. Inhale, last one here, lifting all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Place your hands down. Step it back to a high plank. Push up optional. And come back to high plank. Lower your knees down. Tabletop. Inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly. Feel a stretch along the whole front side of your torso. Exhale, cat pose. Round it out. Beautiful. Come back down to your forearms and step back to a forearm plank. Really squeeze that low belly in and up. We'll do 3 alternating forearm planks again, this time starting toward the right. Inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. You can keep your feet staggered on the mat or option to stack them for a little bit more challenge. Exhale, center. Inhale, forearm plank, left arm reaches high. Squeezing that low belly in, trying to keep the hips and the shoulders stacked. Moving slow with control, back to center. Inhale, forearm plank, right arm reaches high. I should say side forearm plank. And come back down to center. Lower your knees down, give those biceps a rest. Come back up to your tabletop. Inhale, cow pose, recentering, refocusing. Exhale, cat pose. Step it back to a high plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Walk your feet together at the back of your mat. Inhale, left leg high. Toes point down, heel points up. Lift through the back of that left thigh. Hold it here, one more breath. Maybe get the heel just a hair higher. Exhale, step it through. Low lunge. Place your left foot in between your hands. Front toes point to the top of your mat. Inhale, high crescent lunge. We know where we're going, so let's pause to find stability. Enjoy the posture. Sink into that front knee. Feeling a nice little stretch along the front of our right hip flexor. Beautiful. Option to keep your arms up or lower them to hips for stability, which knocks me over. How funny. Find your center. Lower it down. Hover the front knee. Lift off the front foot. Right knee reaches to the sky. Flex those toes up and move it on back. High lunge. Lower hover, lift, and launch. Right knee up. Step it back, lower hover, lift, and launch. right knee up. Step it back, 2 more. Lower, lift, launch. Beautiful. Arms can stay on the hips or lift at any time. Last one. Lower, lift, launch. Reach that knee as high as you can go and step it all the way back. Hold your high lunge here. Feeling a nice stretch once again along the front of that right hip flexor. On your next exhale, open it up to warrior 2. Reach your fingers in opposing directions. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Sink as low as you can into that front knee. Keeping shoulders stacked over hips. Nice strong torso. Inhale, reverse warrior. Flip the front palm up. Left arm paints the sky. Right arm reaches down the back thigh. Trying to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, hold. Inhale, star pose. Arms reach up. Create that beautiful X. Pivot your left foot so feet are parallel. Hands to heart center. Bend the back knee, so the front knee this time. And I'll turn around so you don't have to look at my butt. Bending the front knee. So again, we're holding this. We can put our hands wherever it is that helps us find stability and length. Feeling a nice stretch along the inside of our left leg there. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, side lunge, bending the right knee. Or left knee, rather. I'm sorry. Left knee. Feeling a nice stretch along the inside of that right thigh. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, holding this one just a little bit longer as we did before. Option to keep the chest up, or if you want to go a little lower, you have the option to bring your hands down for some stability. Notice how that gives you room to get a nice long, deep stretch along the inside of that left thigh. Beautiful. Straighten the front leg, reach yourself all the way back up to that star pose. Exhale, warrior 2. Pivot your front toes back to the top of your mat, sinking into that beautiful warrior 2. Strong, graceful. Inhale, hold. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach your front fingers forward. Right arm reaches up. Left arm either rests on top of the thigh or lengthens along the inside of the left thigh. Squeezing through that torso for stability. Beautiful. Inhale, look down at your front foot. Exhale, release your hands down. Pivot your back heel up and step all the way back to a high plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, baby cobra, or pushing up a little higher for full cobra. Straightening the arms as much as the spine feels comfortable. Rolling the shoulders down your back. Beautiful. Lower back down to the belly. Inhale, push yourself up to a tabletop. And bring your arms down to your forearms. Beautiful. So no more yogi burpees, but we are going to practice one more side forearm plank. So step back to your forearm plank. Lengthen the knees. Keep your hips in line between shoulders and heels. Going to the left side. Inhale. Reach your left arm to the sky. Option to stack or stagger the feet. Holding this for just a little bit longer so we can really play with our form here. You can either reach your arms up, or if it helps to place your hand on your hip, really look at your form. So try to get your shoulders stacked in one straight line. Try to get your hips stacked in one straight line. Beautiful. When you're ready, come back to that forearm plank, holding it once again here. Option to put your knees down or push yourself directly up to a high plank, up to the palms. Great job. Inhale, exhale,
Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Low lunge. Place your right foot in between your hands. This time, lower the back knee. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Arms reach up to the sky and bring your hands down to your hips for stability. So from here, walk your toes a little forward, and we're gonna get a nice stretch in the front of our left hip flexor. We've done a lot today with the legs. So walk your toes forward so you can push your hips forward and allow your knee to reach forward, but it's still staying above or even slightly behind the ankle. So walking the front toes forward to give space to our knee and really feeling that nice stretch along the front of your left hip flexor. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to center. Release your hands down, tuck your back toes, lift the back knee. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Beautiful. So now before we did a really great lunge cardio workout. So I want to do that one more time without the speed. We're going to pause in a warrior three. So let me guide you. Bring your hands together, press your thumbs into your chest for heart center. Shift your weight to your front foot. Inhale, lift your left knee up as high as you can, just like we did before. Nice and slow. This time, sweep your left foot behind you and slowly begin to extend your left heel back. Left toes point down toward the mat and lengthen the back leg as much as you feel comfortable. Now, if you need to tap the toes down for stability and balance, that's okay. Try to hover the left toes up. If you're able to balance on that right foot, start to try to lift the back heel a little more and to create a beautiful capital letter T with your body. So warrior three looks like a capital letter T. Back leg is straight, kicking through the heel. Keep your arms together, palms at your chest, or if this seems easy, start to lengthen your arms directly out in front of you. Finding something to focus on the ground in front of you for stability. When you're ready, bring your hands back to center. Slowly step your left foot back. Come back to a high lunge. Inhale, reach your arm up to the sky. Exhale, open it up to warrior two. Beautiful. Inhale, reverse warrior because it feels so good. Inhale, star pose, straighten the front knee, parallel the feet. Hands to heart center, side lunge to the back knee. So really going as low as you feel comfortable this time. You can stay up, hands on hips. Bring your hands lower if that feels good. If you can get your hips low enough that you feel comfortable, option to tilt your front toes to the sky. Feeling a nice stretch once again along the inside of our right leg here. Beautiful. Inhale, push yourself up to center. Walk your hands directly to the top of your mat. Pivot your front toes to the top, low lunge. Step it back to high plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, high cobra. Lengthening the arms, rolling the shoulders down your back. Exhale, come back down to the mat. Inhale, push yourself up to tabletop. Last side plank. Bring your hands down. Elbows come down to the mat. Step you back to your forearm plank. Lowering those hips in line between shoulders and heels. Squeeze that low belly in. This time opening up to the right. Inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. Option to stack or stagger the feet. Staggering them keeps them both on the mat so you have a little bit more stability. Stacking them challenges your core just a little more. Trying to work on nice stacked shoulders and stacked hips.
Squeezing the low belly in, hold here, one more breath. Exhale, come back down to forearm plank. Option to lower the knees or push yourself directly up to a high plank. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches high. Exhale, step forward, low lunge. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Reach the arms up and lower hands down to your hips. Beautiful. Once again, walking those left toes forward to create some space, and then shifting your weight in your hips forward, feeling a nice stretch along the front of that right hip flexor this time. You can always lower your hands down to the mat if that feels more comfortable, or use blocks under your hand for a little stability here if that helps. Beautiful. Come back up to center. Release your hands down, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Arms reach up. Bring your palms together, thumbs plug into your chest. So once again, moving into our beautiful warrior three. Press down, root into your left foot. Shift your weight forward. Lift your right knee high as it'll go, activating the low abs. And then slowly begin to sweep the right leg behind you. Finding something to focus your gaze on for stability. Lengthen the heel back, toes point down. Hips still stay square toward the mat. Try to avoid opening up your right hip to the side. You can always tap down for stability and try to come back up, working toward that beautiful capital letter T. So lengthening the right heel, lengthening the right leg behind you. If you find stability, maybe start to reach your arms forward. It's okay if you shake and wobble and fall out and get back in. That is where the growth happens. Hold it here, one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, step it all the way back. Lift the chest up. High crescent lunge. Inhale, hold. Exhale, warrior two. Open it up. Inhale, reverse warrior, because it feels so good. Exhale, hold. Inhale, star pose, parallel the feet. Exhale, bend the back knee, lateral lunge. Once again, go as deep as you feel comfortable. If you feel comfortable to lower down the hips, maybe point those left toes toward the sky. Beautiful. Feeling a nice stretch here along the inside of the left leg. Inhale, push yourself up to center and walk your hands to the front of your mat. Low lunge. Step your left foot back to your right, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, high cobra. Lengthen through the arms, roll your shoulders down your back. Exhale, soften your chin to the mat. Inhale, push yourself up to tabletop and walk your knees forward so you can come down to a seat. Bring your legs out in front of you and lower all the way down to your back. Keep your feet flat on the mat, knees pointed up. Walk your heels a little closer to your bum, keeping your feet hips width distance apart. Inhale, bridge pose. Lift your hips and begin to lift, stretch out through the front side of your torso. Keep your knees hip width distance apart, and press down through the whole solid base of your foot. So your legs stay in straight lines, and maybe push down to lift your hips a little more. As your hips get a little higher, you might find space to roll your shoulders beneath of you a little bit more. So broaden through the chest
Maybe push your hips even higher if that feels okay. Really activating through the glutes and the back side of your body, feeling a nice stretch in the front torso. Slowly lower your hips back down. Hold it for just a breath. We're actually going to do that again. Inhale, lift the hips, come back into your bridge pose. Keep your chin lifted. Notice how your chest starts to roll up toward your chin. Beautiful. Push the hips a little higher. Notice how you're creating more length and more space with each breath. Slowly lower all the way down to your back. And final time, final bridge, one more time. Inhale, lift your hips. This time, if you feel comfortable and you have the space beneath you, maybe clasp your fingers behind your back and reach your knuckles toward your heels, walking your shoulders beneath of you, stretching out the whole front side of your chest and torso. On your next exhale, release the grip, slowly lower the hips back down. Beautiful. Bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Inhale, happy baby. Widen through the knees. Bring the soles of your feet flat toward the sky. And option to grab either the back of your knees, or if it's comfortable, reach all the way up to the bottom of your feet. Just make sure your whole spine stays flat on the mat. Draw your knees out and down toward your outer ribs. Feeling a nice stretch through the hips, the hamstrings. Option to sway a little side to side if that feels good on the back. Beautiful. Bring both knees back into your chest. Extend your left leg long. Grab both hands around your right shin. Draw your right knee out and up toward your right shoulder. Inhale, hold here, wind removing pose. Try to squeeze that knee a little bit higher up if that feels okay. On the exhale, guide the knee across the body and try to stack your hips right over left. Reach your right arm out to the side and allow your gaze to look past your fingertips or softly close your eyes. Releasing through the front side of your torso, feeling a nice gentle twist in the middle spine. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Bring both knees back into your chest to straighten out the spine, and then extend your right leg long. Grab both hands around your left shin. Draw your left knee out and up toward the left shoulder. Inhale, hold it here. Wind removing pose. Maybe squeeze that thigh a little closer to the body. Exhale, supine twist. Guide the left knee across the body. Stack the hips, left over right. Reach the left arm out to the side. Softly lower the chin down toward your left shoulder and maybe keep your eyes closed for the remainder of class. Inhale, come back to center. Bring both knees back into your chest. Give yourself one more big squeeze. You did such an amazing job today. Bring your chin toward your knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale. And exhale, release for Shavasana. Extend your arms and legs out long and wide. Roll your shoulders down your back. And begin to release each muscle group. Relax through your toes, the balls of your feet, your arches, and your heels. Relax through your ankles, your calves, your knees, and your thighs. Relax through your glutes, your hips, and soften through the belly. Allow your whole spine to relax as you feel supported and lifted up by the earth beneath you. Relax through your chest, feeling your belly effortlessly rise and fall with each breath. Relax through your fingertips, your palms, and your wrists. Soften through the forearms and the elbows and biceps. Relax through your shoulders. Soften through the neck. And release all the muscles in your face. Your eyebrows, your forehead, your cheekbones. Even let your tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. Try to imagine being completely weightless. Gently begin bringing awareness back to your body and your breath. Take a slightly deeper inhale through the nose, feeling the belly begin to expand. And exhale, sigh it out. On your next inhale, reach your arms up over your head for a wall-to-wall stretch. Point your toes, get long, get lean. And as you exhale, bring your knees up into your chest for one last hug. Gently rock from side to side and fall over on your favorite side. Slowly push yourself up to a seat, keeping your eyes closed. And root down through your sit bones. Bring your palms together. Press your thumbs into your chest. Sit tall. Sit proud. Take a deep inhale through the nose. May we look inward for validation and acceptance. Inhale, draw your thumbs to your lips. May we speak words of truth, kindness, and encouragement. Inhale, draw your thumbs to your third eye center. May we be the change we wish to see in this world. Take a deep inhale to fill yourself with love and light. And exhale to share it with the world. Namaste.